They told you life was fair, that if you studied hard, behaved, followed the rules, you'd be rewarded. But here you are, tired, broke, and wondering why nothing is working. You did everything they told you, didn't you? School, college, a 9-to-5 job. You were patient, you were obedient, and still you're struggling. Let me tell you something they'll never say out loud. Life is rigged. It's not broken. It was designed this way. And if you want out, you don't need to complain. You need to get stronger, financially, mentally, ruthlessly. Because the game wasn't made for you to win. It was made for you to serve. Serve the system, serve the rich, serve the ones who figured it out before you even knew there was a game being played. Think about it. You spend the first 20 years of your life in school, memorizing facts, preparing for tests. But not once do they teach you how money works. Not once do they explain taxes, investing, assets, debt, compound interest. Why? Because an educated, financially literate population is dangerous. People who understand money stop being slaves to it. People who get it start asking better questions. And the system doesn't want that. So they keep you distracted, entertained, numb, broke. That's why you have to get stronger. Not by lifting weights, but by lifting yourself out of the programming, out of the mindset of survival. You weren't born to just pay bills and die. You were born to create, to expand, to own. But you'll never do that if you don't rewire how you think about money. Wealth isn't about luck. It's not about being born rich. It's about learning the rules they don't teach you, applying them, failing, adjusting, and doing it again until something breaks. Because once it breaks, you don't go back, you start winning. And that's when they get nervous. You know what they want? They want you tired, emotionally drained, working paycheck to paycheck. So you never have time to think, to build, to fight. They want you drowning in credit card debt, celebrating payday like a holiday. They want you begging for the weekend and hating Monday. Because when you live like that, you're predictable, you're manageable, and above all, you're profitable, but not for you, for them. You have to understand, your weakness is their business model. Your ignorance is their income. Every time you buy something you don't need, every time you swipe your card for validation, you're feeding the machine. So stop feeding it, starve it. Use your money as a weapon, not a weakness. Every dollar is a soldier. Send it to war. Make it work for you. Stop trading your time for pennies and start building something that pays you even while you sleep. You want freedom? Then learn leverage. Leverage is power. Wealthy people don't work harder, they work smarter. They use systems, they use people, they use money. While you're trying to save every dime, they're borrowing millions to invest in assets, real estate, businesses, intellectual property. They make one move and get paid forever. You work 8 hours and get paid once. That's not strength, that's slavery dressed up as security. And don't let anyone tell you it's too late, that you missed your chance, that you should just settle down and be grateful. That's code for stay in your place. But you weren't built for a place. You were built to take space, to dominate, to become unshakable. But you can't do that if you keep living like a victim. Stop blaming the government, the economy, your parents, your boss. Yes, the game is rigged, but blaming the dealer won't change the cards. You have to play smarter, sharper, more aggressively. Start small, learn the language of money, read books, watch interviews, follow people who have what you want. Not influencers flexing rented Lambos. Real people, business owners, investors, builders. Study them, copy them, outwork them. Save aggressively, invest wisely, cut dead weight. If your friends don't talk about growth, wealth, freedom, replace them. You don't need cheerleaders, you need warriors, because life doesn't reward the most talented. It rewards the most resilient. You will be underestimated, mocked, ignored until you can't be. Until you walk into rooms and shift energy without saying a word. Until people ask how you did it, and you'll smile. Because you'll know, while they were sleeping, you were learning. While they were partying, you were building. While they were laughing, you were grinding. That's the price. That's the sacrifice. That's the strength it takes to escape a system built to keep you down. And let me be clear, this isn't about becoming a billionaire. This is about freedom, about never begging for a day off, about never watching the gas price like it's a stock market ticker, about buying your time back, spending it on what matters, your health, your family, your peace. Because real wealth isn't just in your bank account, it's in your schedule, in your options, in your ability to walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. But that level of freedom doesn't come from vibes and vision boards. It comes from discipline, focus, sacrifice, strength. Strength to say no to comfort, strength to ignore distractions, strength to keep going when nothing makes sense yet. And that's where most people fail. They want the reward, but not the pain. They want the success, but not the suffering. But you, if you're still listening, you're different. You're dangerous. You're waking up, and that's the first step. So what now? You build. One habit at a time. One investment at a time. One win at a time. And every time you get stronger, the system loses power. Every time you level up, their grip loosens. And one day, you'll look around and realize you're no longer in the game. You're above it. You make your own rules. That's the goal. That's the mission. That's the escape. So remember, life is rigged, but the only way out is to get stronger, financially, mentally, unapologetically. They'll try to stop you, laugh at you, doubt you until they can't. So get to work. Be dangerous, be obsessed, and never, ever go back to average. They don't tell you what getting stronger really feels like. Not the motivational quotes, not the flashy success stories, not the fake gurus selling shortcuts. Because the truth is ugly, it's lonely, it's painful, it's boring. Becoming financially powerful isn't glamorous. It's isolation. It's saying no 100 times a day. It's outgrowing people you love because they refuse to grow with you. And still showing up, still building, still pushing. Not because it's easy, but because staying weak costs you more than anyone will admit. Weakness is expensive. It costs you freedom, time, sleep, self-respect. You don't feel it right away, but over time, it shows up. In the job you hate, in the rent you can't afford, in the vacations you never take, in the stress you carry like a shadow. That's the price of weakness. Living a life you didn't choose because you were too scared to choose differently. And let's be clear, strength isn't about being loud. It's about being unshakable. It's having the discipline to skip the party and study markets. It's sacrificing short-term pleasure for long-term power. It's waking up early to build something no one else believes in yet. It's working a job you hate and still saving 40% of your income. That's strength. That's hunger. That's what it really takes to escape the cycle. Everyone wants to be rich, but very few want to be alone, because that's what the climb demands. You'll be misunderstood, judged, mocked. Your friends will call you weird because you stopped wasting money on drinks and clothes. Your family will say you've changed. And they're right. You did. You upgraded. You stopped thinking like a consumer. You started thinking like an owner, like an architect, like someone who refuses to be average. You'll feel like an alien. While others talk about weekend plans, you'll be talking about assets. While they stress about bills, you'll be researching cash flow. While they chase likes, you'll be chasing dividends. That's the split. That's the price. But eventually, it pays off. And when it does, you realize something dangerous. You don't need the system. It needs you.